Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you may be. Not powdering my nose. Oh my God, you guys are brutal on me already. Hey everyone, can you guys hear me? Loud and clear. It's Inspector Seb. Can you guys hear me? This is the Race Institute family of channels. We are live on YouTube and on Twitch right now. I want to thank Paula, Shay, Stefan. Well, it's Andrew's here. These are the people who have joined the channel. Dr. Mayu's here. And they're throwing a few bucks each month to use emojis. I know Stefan just threw them all into chat. Thank you so much. They also get a super chat as well each month that we, call out. I want to thank the over 139,000 subscribers. Wow, we jumped another 200 from yesterday. Cool. That's really cool. I call you guys the Race Disney Army. I want to thank those of you who are over in Twitch chat right now. Yeah, Twitch chat. Oh, see who's over here right now. We've got Jim over in Twitch chat. Yeah, each looking for a cherry on for Yuki. So I want to thank those of you who are over in Twitch. Growing group over there. Thank you guys. We appreciate it. We've got over 2,000 of you watching right now already. Here we go. We're about 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go before the formation lap starts. So the big story is that yesterday Russell and Antonelli were sent out early. And basically the racing director is not there for Mercedes, and so someone was filling in, and he saw the estimated time and thought that was the actual time with that announcement, and so ultimately he sent out the two cars too early under a red flag. Basically Mercedes basically the team has basically fallen on the sword for them for the sake of their drivers, but they still both Russell and Anthony got a one-place drop. So that promoted Leclerc to P2 and Gasly to P3. So Russell's on the second row with Gasly, and Anthony is on the third row with Norris. And this is one of the things that we're dealing with as well, is that we've got Norris and Verstappen 6th and 7th, and they're um, I don't know how to describe them appropriately because they're basically like, I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what's wrong with me driving a car. Oh my God, you guys are 6th and 7th, and you don't know how to drive an F1 car. My God. Um, yeah. So the hem and hewing of Norris and Verstappen. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. That it's like I know that they constantly like to talk down where their expectations, but this is like taking it to a new art form. We've got race control saying the risk of rain for this F1 race is 0%, so it's going to be a dry race. Any dust storm? No dust storm as of yet. I don't suspect that we will get one. Wind has been below 10 kilometers an hour. It wasn't like in quali where we have 20. We had 20 kilometers an hour during quali at one point. So F1 TV is starting their broadcast at the moment. Yeah, I'm live. Tires we're using this weekend is the C3, C2, C1 compounds. So these are the hardest compounds. This is what was expected. They were using the C3 and C2s mostly during preseason testing anyways. You've got any bold predictions now, the time to do it? Let's see, is anyone starting? We got the starting grid. Um, Behrman's in it, and 20th. Stroll is on 19th. Barlow is 18th. Lawson is in 17th on the grid. Hulkenberg is 27th. Albon is 15th. Ocon is actually starting 14th, so they didn't break Park Ferme, so that's interesting. Alonso's starting 13th on the grid. We've got Isaac Ajah 12th with Jack Doohan 11th. Yuki Tsunoda finished 10th in Q3, and Hamilton finished 9th. So Science is going to start 8th on the grid with Max Verstappen 7th on this fourth row. On our third row, we're going to have, again, Norris and Antonelli, as I previously mentioned. Then Gasly and Russell, Gasly P4 and Russell P3. Yeah, surprise that, not too surprised that Alpine is in that second row. They have had moments of where they were looking really good during preseason testing in previous races. So a really good performance of Gasly to get up there. Again, finally, we've got Oscar and Leclerc on the first row. So we've got people out of positions. Gasly's we would consider out of position being that high up. We've got Max and Lando out of position. We've got Hamilton out of position per se. Uh, Behrman's at the back in the grid, so it's a bit of a mixed up grid. Not totally mixed up, but it's going to make things interesting. He's not going to start for the pits. No, he's not starting for the pits. He's actually going to be on the grid. I thought, given how how the car was damaged, that they were going to break Park for May. That is not the case. He is starting on the grid. Yeah, most of them are starting on softs. That is interesting. I thought there would be a medium hard type strategy with the degradation. That is not the case. We are about 30 seconds away to the formation lap. In the poll, which team will win most points this weekend? You thought McLaren is going to be 53. Come on, guys. Um, I don't know about that one. You've got Russell ahead of both and Antonelli ahead of Norris. So yeah, Mercedes 17%, Red Bull 14%. You guys are really optimistic with Red Bull, and Ferrari 13%. Yeah, those. This is one of the few times where I don't think you guys are right. I think Mercedes is going to win the most points this weekend. So Dark Mile thinks you're going to go with a softer hard strategy, one stop for race, and that's possibly what could be happening here. Why do you just not dislike this McLaren? I just don't know. It's I don't dislike McLaren. It's more I think Mercedes is in a better position to score more points than McLaren. I'm typically a Lando fan. I typically like Lando, but he's out of position. He's in sixth. So Rami, captain, saying hey to Grash to me and everyone else. Again, this is the Race Statistics family of channels that you're listening to. We are on Twitch. We are on YouTube. We're probably somewhere else, probably on Facebook Live that I don't know about. Good morning, Scott. Ellery must be heard. No, we don't. We don't need to bring up what happened yesterday with Alvin's radio. I don't think they brought him into the stewards for what he said over the radio, anyways. It was a moment of exuberance, we should say. Again, we are in the formation lap right now, so they're coming around. Oscar's coming around turn 13. We've got 2 more turns. Jimmy Lee's calling out Stroll driver of the day. You are having a nice day. Yeah, and he pointing out the qualifying driver of the day would be Pierre Gasly, and I would agree with that on that one. I'd probably agree with that, given how he's performed and where he qualified. So we're coming to the start grid now. It's interesting. Zach Brown is here at Bahrain, as opposed to Long Beach, where IndyCar is this weekend. It was interesting yesterday that we had dueling interviews between Zach Brown and Christian Horner, both of them playing down their chances and playing up the other teams' possibilities. We are now lining up in the grid. We've got about 6 to 8 cars in the grid right now. I don't know. Yeah. Give it about another minute or so, they'll be in the grid lined up correctly. May saying that they scared their schedule for this. Alonso needs to score points. Yeah, Alonso needs to score points. Though he is in 13th right now to start. The last 2 cars are coming into the grid right now. And the green flag is being waved behind the cars right now. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. We are now racing in Bahrain. So here comes the first lap. Oscar has gotten a good jump. We've got Russell getting ahead of Leclerc. Norris is going to get ahead of Gasly. Anthony's going to get ahead of Sainz. So we've got Norris jumping 2 places, actually jumping Gasly. Norris is jumping ahead of Leclerc. Leclerc is having not a good start. He's dropped 2 places already. We're through turn 4 already into 5 and 6. And it's so far been a clean start. Oh, looks like I want to say Antonelli went wide, going side to side with Gasly. So far, so good. This has been a clean lap. No craziness. We have had some side action. Well, Science is getting ahead of Antonelli. So the big losers right now is Leclerc, Gasly, Antonelli, and Verstappen all dropping a place. Isaac Hadjar has dropped. Ooh, he may have had something has happened in the back. He's dropped 5 places so far. Hulkenberg has dropped to 4 places. So something may have happened in the back that we have not seen just yet. But up in the front, top 10, good racing right now. Isaac dropping another place, 17th, and Barlow dropping place to 19th. Stroll's got ahead of him. And here we come. We're coming around turn 14, 15. Oscar's leading the charge. He's got a gap right now of 9.33. About almost, again, Russell's still in DRS range at this moment. DRS has not just been activated. I believe it will be activated next race. Lock up on one of the Haas's. That would have been Ocon locking up. Alonso's dropped back a position, and so Behrman is up 5 places. So he's the big gainer so far in 2 laps. Looking at right now what you guys are saying right now. Yeah, Andrew pointing out Gasly doing well to hold his position. He's only down 1 place, and that's a good start. Only to lose only 1 spot is a good start for Gasly. Sainz got up 2 places. That's a good start for him as well. DRS is enabled now. Through and Norris right now has jumped up to up 3 places to P3. He is right now about 9 tenths behind Russell at the moment, and Russell is now 1.2 behind Oscar. So Oscar's gotten out of the DRS range of Russell. So things are looking very good for McLaren. Yeah, I didn't expect this from McLaren, so you guys proved me wrong. No big deal. Again, DRS is enabled now. Oscar is the fastest lap. Again, no point for fastest lap. It's just who has the fastest lap at this point. Started looking okay looking okay. He has not dropped a position. Neither has Hamlin or doing. So that midfield hasn't moved. Though Ocon Albon has moved up. Alonso has dropped a spot. Bierman has moved up 5. Isaac Jha is probably one of our big losers at the moment. He's dropped back 4. Same as Hulkenberg dropped down 4. Looking at right now, we are in lap 3 of 57. We have 55 laps to go. I want to thank the 644 who are watching right now on YouTube. We've already got 700 likes on our way to march to 1,000 likes through this session. Thank you guys. Jumped even more over on Twitch chat. Thank you guys for showing up there as well. Right now, Max is the fastest first sector at the moment. See how that goes. This has been a trend where he's got the fastest first sector, has improved in sector 2. For the most part, basically everyone is on a used tire. So they at most went out tire of 5 laps, Gasly 6 laps. So basically they did a basic installation lap, came in on those tires. Gray One says Bartolo was told he can't use the battery. That's bad. Yeah, that's very bad if he can't use the battery. Something must be up with his car for him not to be able to use the battery. And we're following along with Gasly right now. He is ahead of Leclerc. I mean, behind Leclerc, I should say. Al Cook is here. Thank you for showing up. Callan says proposing that Lando didn't position correctly at the start, maybe. I don't think I've seen Norris. They are noticed that he was out of position possibly. Car 12 lap deleted, car 14 Alonso lap deleted. These are on first lap again. Not as big of an issue though. If they keep accumulating them, they will get a black and white flag. No false up, but wrong positioning. Was he out of the box? Is the question. We have yet to see a replay of the start, so that will probably come up on the commentary F1 TV in a few moments. So we'll put that a pin on that. Would that be a drive-through? I believe that would be a drive-through if he was out of the box. Max reported Lando at the start. Of course, Max is going to report Lando. Of course, Max is going to report Lando. We've got who is doing and we've got doing and Yuki going at it at the moment. Or did I get that wrong? No, that was Science and Max I was seeing at the moment. He's Max complaining about Science not leaving him room. George reported Lando. Of course, George would report Lando as well. It's. I mean, of course they're all going to report each other. um, I mean they're looking for any advantage on each other in any shape or form. And we've got Norris and Leclerc fighting at the moment. We're looking at where. Oh, yeah. Lando's out of position. He's out of the box. His front wheels were over the white line. So we shall see what the stewards say about that. That could be a drive-through penalty. Paula giving us a £10 donation. Thank you for this great channel because I have it right now. Thank you so much, Paula, for your donation. SSS saying, please give penalty, please give penalty. Oh, you guys are brutal. Right now, we've got falling on with Ollie. And Ollie gets between a couple drivers. He's got into a slipstream. They went 3 wide, and he got into the slipstream behind people and made places. That's a good move on Ollie to make that many spots. He's actually made another. He's actually passed Alonso, so he's now up 6 places from his start, P14. Yeah, if Ollie makes points, that would be massive start. That would put him in consideration for driver of the day. So what happened to Charles? Charles had a bad start, dropped 2 places, though Lando was out of position, so that did help him in that regards. Watching you guys refer to different things at the moment. Isaac Josh pitting early. He is on a soft tire. Where are they going to? I missed it. The 3.5 stop, which is not great. That's a second too long, to be quite honest. And he has gone to haven't reported it yet. Gas is being told the clerk is struggling with the medium tires. Hulkenberg is the fastest second sector, not first sector picks. But yeah, he is in a fastest second sector at the moment. Fastest lap still goes to Oscar with a 137.492 lap time. His previous lap was 138.363, so that's more in line what people are doing up the front. 139's more likely through P18, and then we've got Isaac and Hulkenberg with issues. Isaac just pitted, so his lap time's way off. And he's on a medium tire. That's interesting. So they're going to give a 5-second penalty for Orlando for false start out of position. So he has a 5-second penalty to be served. I do like one of the things that they've done this year with F1 TV. If someone has a penalty, there is a exclamation mark next to their name. If they're under investigation, they have that as well. So that should flip over to a black and white flag. But it's a 5-second penalty for Lando right now. That will be served when he pits. Gone 10 laps on well, we're on lap 8 of this race, and he was on used tires, which oh, I see what happened. Lando moved. He was in the box, he moved and moved out of the box, and then yeah, so he was trying to get a jump on the lights and didn't work. It's a 5-second penalty early in the race. It is will hurt him, but it will be possible to still have a good result. Not a great result, but a good result in this race, regardless. So let's look right now. Yeah, that would put Lando 3, 4. That would put him back around, uh, possibly behind Max and Sainz, depending on how they pit. Yeah, if you guys haven't liked and subscribed, now's a great time to do it. If you hit the bell, you'll go live when we go for each of the sessions. Again, we're doing the race right now, but this next weekend will be Saudi Arabia, so we'll be live for FP1, FP2, FP3 quali in the race itself. If you're over in Twitch, if you just basically subscribe over there, you'll get notifications when we go live as well on that platform. Shea pointing out that Max has been within 5 seconds of Norris to lead the championship. He is currently right now. Right now we've got, that's Hamilton getting ahead of Sainz right now. And then Sonoda getting ahead of Sainz. There's Sonoda moving up to P9. Is there something wrong with Sainz's vehicle? Doohan is behind Sainz at this point. Oscar's reporting that he's starting to struggle on the front. Again, he's on used tires, so they've been used 12 laps. We're on lap 10 right now. And this is a 57 lap race. We've got 48 laps to go in this race. Again, you're listening to the Race Music family of channels here on YouTube and Twitch. Doohan is now pitting. He started on fresh tires. Now, Isaac just did the fastest lap. I did a 137.392 on medium tires, two laps, and these were fresh medium tires. Bierman up to P12 right now, up 8 places. So he's got ahead of Alonso, and then someone else dropped behind him. Doom dropped behind him based on pitting. So Yeah, we're getting a note over Nirvana saying noting no, it's not Joe, it's Itch basically saying finally good race. Yeah, yeah, this has been a good race so far. We've got overtakes happening. Though the big story right now is that Oscar's jumped 3.4 seconds ahead of Russell right now, and we've got Lando and Russell fighting for track position right now. Again, Norris has jumped the gun, and he's got a 5-second penalty to serve. And Leclerc is getting ahead of Norris. Okay, Norris is pitting. So Norris is coming in. You can look at Norris's pit time. Max is coming in, and Gasly's coming in right now. So Norris's pit time was a 7.7. So that ends up being a 2.7, which is, when we take out the penalty, that's actually a meh. Lando is going to get out of the pit first. Gasly's going to be second, and then Max. They're going to come out. Where are they coming out of? Oh, it's a mess. Isaac, Doohan, Gasly are in the mix where they come out. So Norris is going to come out P14, Gasly 15. Ocon's going to be ahead of them. We've got Max and then Doohan in that mix. So that's where they are. Bierman up to P9 based on those people pitting, but that's, he has not pitted himself yet. So see where he drops back. Did Lance serve the penalty? Yes, he did. He just pitted and served his penalty. It was a 7.7 stop. So that's with 5 seconds. That's equivalent to a 2.7 stop for Lando. Here comes Max. And Max did not get a good. What the heck happened to Max? Max came down off the jack and then stopped and then started rolling again. So that's not a good stop for Max. He ended up behind Lando's for that reason. Science getting ahead of Sonoda right now. Well, that's the virtue of Sonoda going into the pits. So Bierman getting another place to 8th. Now, granted, that's provisional given that he's not pitted yet. Pushing on those soft tires. He started on fresh soft tires, so he's got where people have been pushing 13 and more laps. He could go another 2 laps on those tires. Private mechanics are right. No, that's not the mechanics' fault. That was Max's fault. He came down and dropped basically, I think probably dropped the clutch, and then finally got going. So rare mistake by Max in his pit stop. Verstappen one stop? I don't think. They did put him on hard tires. I maybe, maybe I don't know. It could be a soft, hard, soft strategy that they're looking at here. Right now, we still have Oscar at the top of the board. He is almost 4 seconds ahead of Russell right now. He's gone 15. He's gone again. Where he started on used soft that had 2 extra laps on it, so they were basically scrubbed. Red Bull didn't screw up the pit stop. Max screwed up the pit stop. Yeah, I want to be very clear. There wasn't Antonelli pitting right now. And Stroll pitting right now. Here comes Antonelli into the pits. No, he's coming out of the pits. That's going to put Antonelli back to 15th, and Stroll's going to be back at the grid with his pit stop. We got about 975 likes on YouTube right now. We're 25 away from 1,000. Thank you guys. We've got over 8,326 watching right now on YouTube, and another growing amount in Twitch chat. Thank you guys for showing up. I know you have other places you could be watching along with us. We appreciate you guys being here with us. Dark, what do you mean the stream hates you? What happened to you? What do you mean by the stream hates you? So Norris had a lap time deleted on turn 13. Again, these are good to keep an eye on because if a driver accumulates multiple of these, that will result in a penalty. The next time Lando does, I believe the next time he will get a warning, the black and white flag as a warning before getting a penalty for going off too many times. So Russell pitting right now. He went 16 laps, well, 14 laps on used soft. He's coming out on medium tires. Again, our P1 through P7 right now have not pitted. Lawson is not pitted, and now Borrell is now pitting. He will be back at the grid after he pits. Russell coming out and getting ahead of Alonso. For those who are curious right now, Behrman right now is on in P6, though he is not pitted. So there's that. They're an incident revolving turn 4, Sainz and Verstappen. Reviewed no further incident. Okay, so clean racing, as they're saying. It looks like they've got Oscars coming into the pits right now. And he's got a 2.3 second stop, which is actually pretty decent stop. Mirage pointing out that Leclerc and Hamilton, based on their gaps on the track, they have the capability of doing a double stop. Oscar's going to come out in P3. Norris is up past Alonso. Sainz, Behrman, Lawson all pitting right now. They're dropping 13th. Sorry, where are they ending up? Looks like 15th, 17th for Behrman, and 18th for Lawson. Sainz drops a place, so Hulkenberg gets ahead of him. Lawson drops to 19th on the out. Sainz on a medium tire, Behrman on hard, and then Lawson has not been reported yet. Oscar's gone from a soft to a medium tire. So right now we've got Leclerc and Hamilton right now, P1, P2. By virtue they have not pitted yet. Russell getting ahead of Albon. Albon has not pitted yet, and Alonso has not pitted. So we've got 4 drivers who have not done their first pit. Now Alonso, Leclerc, Hamilton are on medium tires, so they're probably going to go longer. And Albon is on a soft tire, but he tends to be a tire whisperer, so who knows how long he's going to go on that soft tire. And Ferrari are they playing around? Are they getting set up? I'm not sure what Ferrari's doing at the moment. Here comes Gasly. He's getting around Alonso. So Gasly up to P7, Alonso to 8th. So the Ferrari thinks they're on plan B. I think Hamilton says he's on Delta. Delta for Claire was correct. My apologies. Yeah, who knows what that means? I mean, Ferrari likes their plans and their codes. But us pointing out, I can't believe there's a Ferrari 1-2. Again, they are in leading because they haven't pitted yet. Each over in Twitch thinks that Clerk might be doing Delta. Delta means that it might be a one-stop race for him. That would be huge if they pull that off. I would expect them to go another. I would hope. I predict like, hey, another 5 laps, and they pit in the next two. Go figure. So Albon is now pitting after doing 15 laps on softs, and Alonso's pitting. He's gone 15 laps on a medium. I thought he would go longer. They must be seeing something on that medium tire. Alonso did a 2.7 stop. Oh, Albon did a 3.5 stop. They've noted an unsafe release for Beerman. See what that was. We didn't see. I didn't see that happen. We'll see if there's a replay. Albon's coming out 16th, and Alonso came out 19th after those pits. So that leaves basically the Ferrari boys on soft tires, and they started on fresh soft tires. Now we're on lap 17 of this race. We've got 41 laps to go. Again, you're listening to the Races channel here. We're live on YouTube and Twitch. Thank those who have shown up. And here's come Leclerc. He's coming into pit. So that will give Hamilton, and they're doing double stack. So Leclerc got out. Here comes Hamilton. And that they're doing a successful double stack. And what? Clerk went to another medium tire. Hamilton. So Ferrari is doing a two-stop strategy because they've gone from medium tire to another medium tire. Yeah. Uh, I don't know about this one, people. Clerk's going to come out P5. Hamlin's going to come out P11. Could drop a little bit. Science could see if Science gets him. Yeah, I'm not sure about that strategy. I thought they would go a little bit longer on those medium tires. Maybe it's a 22. As 15 again. I thought they would go 5 more. Um, so they're telling Hamilton target P6 end of race. So they think he can make up 5 more positions. Yeah, Leclerc just moved up to P4. Gasly not going for as Clerk says on the radio. So he gets ahead of Gasly and goes to P4. Ferrari will have to stop again to another compound. And it's most likely a soft tire if they've done 2 medium tires in a row. Or it could be a hard time. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. They got to do another. There's 19 left. They did 17 on the medium. Yeah, they're probably going to a hard, probably a medium, hard. That's interesting. Hamilton's getting ahead of Sonoda to P10 in the point, so that drops Sonoda out of the points right now. I don't. I was thinking definitely softs. Like with Dark, I was thinking they would go softs, but they just did 17 laps on a medium, so that would put them at 34 laps. That would be another. If they did another 17 laps, that would be like 21 laps would be how many laps they would have if they did another just 17 laps on a medium. And that basically puts indication that's probably a hard for that last stint. Maybe they do 15 laps and then put on the hard. So there we go. Going. No, Lando only got one penalty, and he served that penalty. So he's cleared that penalty. Looking at what you guys are saying right now, looking at where we are at the moment, to see who is within DRS range. No one closest right now is Albon to Hulkenberg, and Stroll is about second off from his teammate Alonso. Behrman's in DRS range of Isaac. Behrman's up to 14th again. He's improved 6 places from his starting position. And Albon is getting ahead of Hulkenberg. Antonelli just passed Verstappen on track. That's interesting. That was a clean pass on Verstappen too, as well. And he's getting some distance from him. He's got 6/10 on Max already on that pass. So not necessarily a great day for Max in the office at the moment. Looking right now, Hamilton has the fastest lap right now. He did a 136.798. Got no points for fastest lap. So we've got a little bit of a DRS train. Antonelli, Max doing Hamilton at the moment. Antonelli just passed Max, and then he just broke DRS from Max. Max does have DRS from at the detection point. He gets about a quarter of a second on Antonelli from using DRS. Doohan is about 8/10 behind Max, and Hamilton is 7/10 behind Doohan at the moment. So that's where action is taking place. It's that P7 through P10 right now. Behrman closing on Isaac. And he's going to get ahead of him on track. So that puts Behrman up to 13th, Isaac down to 14th right now. Behrman has done really good performance advancing when he has the chance. He's up 7 positions from starting back of the grid. Hamilton is a quarter second on Doohan right now. Max has dropped out of DRS range of Antonelli. So we got Doohan within 8/10 of Verstappen, and then Hamilton 4/10 behind Doohan. So we got that going on 8th through 9th through 10th at the moment. Yuki's reporting a big gust turn 4 tailwind. Again, we got a 6.5 kilometer a mile wind at the moment. Has Lando done the 5-second penalty? Yes, he has, because when he served that penalty when he pits, and here comes Leclerc. He's getting ahead of Gasly. Nope, I'm sorry. That was Hamilton getting ahead of Doohan. Yeah, the Leclerc and Gasly were in the same position as Hamilton. Now they're in the same position of each other. So, my apologies. So that Hamilton just passed Doohan on track. Hamilton's 9th, Doohan is 10th. Hamilton is gotten 6/10 away from Doohan, and Hamilton's 4/10 on Max right now. China Hot suspects that Red Bull tires aren't holding up as well as they thought. That is very much a possibility right now. Ewan does have a DRS on, and Hamilton just passed Max on track. Max is fighting it. So Max and Hamilton are fighting at the moment. 2001, 21, sorry, is calling back to us at the moment. And Max has fallen back 7/10. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, Hamilton has gotten a good distance from him. In fact, Doohan is closer to. Max is saying he can't break anymore. It's just ridiculous. That's not a good sign. He still has DRS on Hamilton at the moment, but Doohan has DRS on Max. Albon just passed Isaac on track. So 14th, Albon up to 14th, Isaac to 15th. Yeah, those are the points where action is happening right now in this race. We have on lap 23, 57, so that means there are 35 laps to go in this race. So we're about, I think, close to the halfway point of this race. Black and white flag for Kenny Antonelli, track limits. So he's got gone off the track multiple times. Next time that Antonelli goes off the track, he will be given a time penalty. Paul says, "I feel Max deserves better." Yeah, he does deserve better. He should, it's this is unusually not a great performance, and here comes that I believe is Norris passing. I believe that's Norris passing Leclerc on track. Isaac has also gotten a black and white flag for track limits. No, Antonelli's not disqualified. Black disqualification is a black flag. No, black and white flag is a sporting penalty. Black flag is a disqualification. Let's get this right. When we say he's got a black and white flag, it's a sporting penalty. It's usually a warning before a penalty is given. So in the case of both Isaac Haja and Antonelli, they've gone off the track multiple times, and this is the last warning they've given before they get a penalty for going off the track again. Getting a replay of Leclerc going around Norris, and then Norris going the switcheroo on the other side to take the position back. So good action so far in this race. We've seen them go 3 wide at lap 1. We're getting good overtakes. Behrman right now is P13 after starting 20th. He was at the best at P6. Ocon right now is P6. Gasly's P5. Ocon's up eight positions. So that's a good move on his part. And this is Leclerc getting ahead of Norris again. Hamilton getting ahead of Antonelli. So the Ferraris are advancing. They said that Hamilton they expected a P6. He's about 1.3 seconds behind Ocon. He could go maybe P5 if he's pushing. I mean, we've got 33 laps to go in this race. He's P7 right now. He's making progress on Ocon right now. He's within DRS range of Ocon right now, to be quite honest. The only one is Alonso. He's half a second behind Hulkenberg at the moment. and Hamilton has nine lap difference on those tires. They're both on medium tires, but his is only seven laps old, and Ocon's is 16. He's coming to the end of his potential tire limit. Hamilton's cut the distance to half a second right now to Esteban. Clerk on fire right now. Yeah, the clerk has a 7 lap advantage over Lando right now, and the gap between the interval between them is 1.7. So Hamilton has now passed Ocon on track, and he's into P6. So that's where they thought he would be. Given that he's now this 32 laps, I could see him going after Gasly. Now Hamilton is just above 4 seconds behind Gasly right now. So that would be a while to make that gap up. Yeah, Hamster really going crazy today. Definitely hammer time at the moment. Yeah, Ocon does not have a 5-second penalty. Please don't put that meme into chat right now, because people will believe you. Looking right now, where action is. Leclerc is 1.2 seconds behind Russell right now. Norris is 1.7 behind, and then there's a big gap to Gasly is 7.4 behind Norris. Oscar has a huge, almost a 6-second lead right now. Yanni in chat pointing out that Oscar won the F3 and F2 championships back to back. Yeah. And then waited a year in Alpine before being signed by McLaren to drive. And here we go. We have Verstappen coming to the pits. So he's got 13 on softs, 16 on hards. That's only 16 on a hard, 31 laps to go. And a stop time of 6.2. That's a long stop. What happened to Max? Max is going to be dropping to the back. He's on a medium tire. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they brought Max in. I don't know if something was wrong with the. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. He only went 16 laps on that hard tire. That basically did a medium stint on a hard tire. With 31 laps to go, he's going to have to stop again. He's going to do 3-stop strategy. So Red Bull having a bad day as it looks like right now. Let's look at Snowden's moved up to 10th, Doonan is 9th, Anthony is 8th, Ocon is 7th, Hamilton is 6th, Gasly is 5th, Norris 4th, Leclerc 3rd, Russell 2nd, and then a 6.4 gap to Oscar. Looking at Hamilton is 2.1, so he's cut that gap in half to Gasly. So he could do a P5. Doohan jumping up, that's by the state that Ocon and Antonelli are pitting. Max has already passed Bortolello on track to P19. Now he will advance because people are going to pit. Hulkenberg is now pitting. That will move Max up. Antonelli's coming around 16th, and Ocon 14th. Lawson's going to get ahead of Antonelli, so it's going to drop Antonelli to 17th. But he will go on a soft tire with 30 laps to go. Interesting. Ocon's going on a hard tire. He did 19 laps on the medium. Now, if Haas is getting good tire wear on on the car right now, that he could go to the end of the race on that hard tire. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Yeah, our track temperature is 31 degrees. During FP1, we had a track temperature of 40 degrees, so they weren't getting the same amount of grip as they were before. Oh, and part of the issue with the Max is that they had the front left tire did not go on cleanly. They had to do a second attempt on that, and that's why Max had a very long pit. Unusually long pit for Red Bull. Gasly is now pitting, did 18 laps on in that medium, and Doohan's now pitting. So the Alpine doing a double stack. And they're going to get Doohan to the 3.1. So it looks like they did a decent double stack with those two. Gasly's going to come out P10. Doohan's going to come out P17. Isaac coming in. He did 22 laps on his medium, though he only did a small stint, 6 laps on that soft. So he's only done, yeah, didn't do a very lot. He's going to go out on a hard tire. Doohan coming out on a hard tire. Ocon also coming out on a hard tire, and Gasly out on a hard tire. So we still have P1 through P9 have not pitted for a second time as of yet. Charles Haas pointing out they weren't lying about this Ferrari pace. Where the hell was this on qualifying there? Yeah, that's. I mean, don't get me wrong. Leclerc did qualify up in the top 4. So Tsunoda right now has moved up 4 places. He's now in P6. He has 17 laps on his medium tire. Norris has done 19. So we're getting into that pit window with these medium tires. Albon and Bierman went on to hard tires, so 12 and 14. I've yet to see those hard tires go any more. 14, 15. Yeah, they haven't really pushed those hard tires as of yet. So. Max getting the fastest lap so far right now, 136.167. He's right now 1.3, 1.4 behind Antonelli, who's ahead of him. Looking at Tsunoda right now in DRS range of Sainz. We've got Antonelli within range of Ocon, Lawson range of Stroll, Doohan within range of Lawson, Doohan about to pass on track. It looks like he's within range to pass him. There's that. That is. That's Max. That's looks like Sonoda with one of the Williams. Oh, who lost what? Was there a collision? Well, wait. Oh, that was there was contact between Sonoda and Sainz, and there is some debris on track now. Most of it went off of track, but I believe maybe Yuki lost his part of his wing. Ooh, that's interesting. Ocon passing Alonso on track right now, and Sonoda trying again on Sainz. They went 2/10 of him at the moment. We've got a small deer, and Antonelli just got ahead of Alonso on track. He's on Antonelli to 12th. We have a small DRS train with Doohan leading that, and then there's a Stroll and Lawson. Are going to be, and then there is another train of Verstappen, Alonso, Antonelli right now. Max doing 136 his last lap. Alonso and Antonelli, Alonso did 137 and Antonelli did 136.6. So Max half second faster than Antonelli and much more than Alonso. I can see Max is moving up on Alonso. The other fight right now is Sonoda and Albon right now. Albon is it's Albon, Sonoda, Sainz at the moment. Alonso's dropped out of range of Antonelli in terms of DRS. Max stalking Alonso at the moment. Antonelli 0.6 behind Ocon at the moment. Gasly is 0.6 behind Bierman, and he's going to pass him on track. Gasly 1.3 behind Albon. Verstappen now passing Alonso. He's 1.9 behind Antonelli at the moment. Antonelli moving up to P11. So we've got so right now we've got Sainz 6, Tsunoda 7, Albon 8, Gasly 9th, Bierman 10th, Antonelli 11th, Ocon 12th, Verstappen 13th, Alonso 14th, and Doohan 15th. Lawson is within a 10th of Stroll, and safety car has come out. Safety car is out. What has happened? Who stopped? I'm trying to look. Safety car for debris. Yeah. So it looks like they are bringing out safety car because for so so Oscar no under the safety car. Oscar is now pitting, and that's a good time for him to pit to get a new set of tires. Russell Leclerc is pitting. Norris is going to pit. I would expect Hamilton, who's fifth right now, to pit as well. Again, they have such a huge gap over everyone else that no track position is going to be lost here unless someone screws up their pits. Oscar stops for 2.9. I missed Russell's time. Clerk was a 2.4, Norris a 2.3, Russell was a 2.4. So they're all within a tenth of each other. So we're not losing any track position here. Sainz is going to pit in. Tsunoda's pitting as well. Gasly's going to gain track position. He's going to stay out because he just came pitted for 4. So he's going to get 2 places, 3 places on those pitting. Ocon's going to get track position. Max is going to get track position. Doohan's going to get track position. Doohan's going to get out ahead of Sainz. Sainz falling back to 10th, Tsunoda to 11th. Bierman's going to fall to 12th, Albon to 13th. Antonelli is 14th. Alonso stays out. Lawson, Stroll, Doohan are going to drop. Hulkenberg's going to get 3 places on that as well. So they are safety car is out because there's debris on track. So they're using that to basically clear the track before there's a puncture. So we've got, and this will help those hard tires. So like Leclerc went to our hard tire, Hamilton went to our hard tire. Gasly and Ocon were already on hard tires. Doohan was already on a hard tire. Sainz went to a hard tire. Yeah, it looks like we're looking at 3-stop strategies with some of these people. I mean, we've got 16 on a soft, 19 on a medium, 3 so far for Russell. It means he's going to have to stop again. We've got 25 laps to go. We're on the other side of the halfway point of this race. Again, this is Races the YouTube channel, and we're also on Twitch. Right now, we are in a safety car scenario because ultimately what happened was Tsunoda, I think Tsunoda's wing hit Sainz and broke off, and we had debris on track. Yep, there we go. They're showing the replay from Sainz of Tsunoda hitting Sainz. So there was contact, and that caused debris to spew onto the track. What's the maximum number of stops that they can do? As many as they want, Mira. I know there was a race where Lando did the we referred to it as the Infinity Gauntlet of all the tires. I think he had all of them in intermediates and two of mediums. Yeah, he had five. He had used five tires during that race, I think last year. So yeah, so it's more of the rules is that you have a minimum of one stop where you have to use, and that is so that you have to use two different compounds. The only time that rule is suspended is because um, if it's a wet race. So they've noted the Sonoda and Science collision. The only time the rule for compounds is suspended is when it's a wet race. So you're allowed to go from intermediate to another intermediate, and that's perfectly fine. Again, Bell's in the chat right now pointing out that there's some carbon fiber from the collision between Sonoda. Again, Sonoda was in the inside of with Science. He hit him. There was a collision, and that broke up carbon fibers. So that's what they're cleaning off the track right now, which is why we're in where we have a safety car. How many safety car laps? I think this is our second safety car lap. It's either the second or third lap. Again, you're listening to the Racing Statistics family of channels. We are on YouTube. We are on Twitch live right now. We're probably on another channel, another platform that I don't know about it. I want to thank the almost 9,000 of you who are watching on YouTube and the dozens and so are watching over on Twitch. Some of you guys are poo-pooing on Ferrari right now. They're third and fifth right now. That's not a bad. That's actually an improvement for Hamilton. Hamilton's up one spot. Leclerc's down one spot, but still, he's doing. I thought Mercedes was going to do better. Antonelli's dropped down to 14th out of the points, and Russell is only second. Again, Oscar has he's got a gap, a small gap that will get tightened. What? Why is Russell dropping? Wait, no, that's a mistake on the board. Russell did not drop like it showed. So Oscar has a small gap ahead of Russell. Safety car is ending at the end of this lap. So it's on past turn 13. And they're going to bunch up. We'll see how Oscar handles this restart. He did have a 6 seconds gap before safety car. Safety car is in now. So now it's just a matter of how Oscar handles this restart. George is on the inside of Oscar he's trying to make a jump. And here we go. There is Oscar. He's weaving a little bit, but that's okay. And we are green flag whenever he wants to go. And he's gotten a jump. So Oscar did get a jump. He's got half a second on Russell right now. Lando got passed by Hamilton. No, they're fighting at the moment. And there is fighting all over the place. So Gasly is fighting with Ocon and Verstappen at the moment. Russell's still 0.8 behind Oscar. So Oscar's done a good job. Lando is sandwiched between Leclerc and Hamilton right now, and he's trying to make a pass on Leclerc. He's a half second behind Leclerc. Sainz up, passing his teammate, and Albon passing Antonelli. So the restart ended up pretty cleanly. Was hectic, but it ended up being clean. We didn't have any other incidents. Usually cautions breed other cautions, and we did not get that in this case. There is something going on with the board, and that's happening also. It's something happening upstream because the F1 timing tower is showing some of the same issues that we're seeing here on our timing board as well. So it's the other thing. Desert is still disabled at the moment. Give it another lap or so, and it will be re-enabled. And Norris has got to get back to the position he took. So it looked like he went off track. So they're going to give the position back before to make the issue a moot point. So here is Norris giving back the position. And that's to Leclerc. Oh no, Leclerc is ahead of him. So that's giving back position to Hamilton. So the car behind him is Gasly. How's Ocon ahead of Max? Looking right now, it looks like Antonelli getting passed by Carlos Sainz. Carlos, I think, yeah, locked up, but he locked up on the inside, pushing Antonelli wide, pretty much. That allowed Albon to get ahead of Antonelli. It looks like Albon has gone ahead. Incident involving Lawson and Stroll noted, causing a collision. And I don't know what to tell you right now with the timing board. Uh, Russell is behind Leclerc at the moment. Um, yeah, there's something wrong with the timing board, and this is on F1 TV as well. Um, so that's a telemetry trolling us. Yeah, literally that's a upstream data. I mean, that's wrong on F1 TV as well. So it's not something wrong in the data upstream. And they're taking away the timing board because it's wrong. Yeah, so they've taken away the timing board on F1 TV because it's just flat out wrong at the moment. Telemetry is something has broken on Russell's telemetry, and there he is back to second. So what happened to Russell? Telemetry, something went wrong with the telemetry, and there you go. It's now dropping again. This is not his second. So don't ignore what is happening with Russell right now. I'm looking at right now, looking at other positions. Hamilton is within 0.6 of Norris right now. So Norris has gotten ahead of Hamilton once again. We have a bit of a DRS train with Snow. So Antonelli just got ahead of Albon. So he's retaken his position from Albon and Sainz. Behrman is 10th right now. So right now, Sonoda is point 0.8 behind Doohan. Behrman is point 0.6 behind Sonoda. Antonelli is point 0.5 behind Behrman. Albon is point 0.4 behind Antonelli. Sainz is 1.2 behind Albon. Hulkenberg's point 0.8. Lawson point 0.2. Isaac point 0.9. Alonso point 0.5, Stroll point 0.5, and then Bordello point 0.8. So we got a DRS train from with Doohan being the front of that, going all the way down. F's and chats for the timing board. Well, that's a lot of F's. That's a lot of F's. Russell's back, but you guys are still putting out F's in chat. And there goes Russell on the timing board once again. So yeah, the board is wrong. And again, F1 TV is not even showing the timing board because they know there's the issue. So ignore Russell is in P2. Oscar have no problem with the counterparts. I mean, Oscar is ahead. Right now the interval to Leclerc is 3.3. I believe, yeah, the gap. So the gap actually is correct. Gap is 1.7 to Oscar. Yeah, so that is actually correct. His gap is to Leclerc. I mean to Oscar. Again, we've got Oscar first, Russell second, Leclerc third, Norris third. Hamilton is fifth, Gasly is sixth, Verstappen is seventh. We are on lap 40 of 57. Sorry, now 41 of 57. We've got 17 laps to go in this race. I am expecting that we're going to see another round of pit stops. Why is Russell's position jumping around? There's something wrong with his telemetry, and it's something very, very upstream. So, like the F1 TV side of things is wrong as well. The F1 website is wrong as well. We have it wrong. It's because something very, very upstream has gone wrong, and it could be something that's broken on his car, or yeah, what it is, not sure at the moment, but it's something very, very upstream. So that's don't even worry. Again, we will tell you uh, if there's a position change with Russell, we will tell you. Keep you up to date where he is. Again, why Russell's showing it back is his telemetry is all wrong right now, and we're getting correct telemetry like once a couple seconds each lap, and then he falls back to P20. So. What does the green circle on gap means? I mean, on interval, basically, that means that they're in DRS range. I think you're looking at the gap, not interval. If you see on best lap, it means they've improved on that lap. So like Sonoda and Bierman have set their best lap so far this race. Best lap so far of everyone, the fastest lap is Oscar at the moment. He's now jumped. Where is Russell's back up to where he is? It's a 1.9 gap to Russell, and then a 1.6 gap interval to Leclerc. So timing board looks like it's okay at the moment, but as things stand right now, okay, they're just doing the classification. There is going to be a 5-second time penalty for Lawson for causing a collision. There was another incident earlier on, so Lawson's going to will have to either serve. I expect him to have. He will serve that penalty. He will pit again for a fourth tire. And they're just showing a replay of him hitting. Yeah, he hit Hulkenberg. Yeah, so he was credited for causing that collision. So he is going to get again. I expect him to pit at some point. Hamilton gap is increasing. Hamilton right now is a 3.2 to Norris. Again, he's been able to get past Gasly to P5. He was told about 20 laps ago that they expected him to be in P6. So he's ahead of what they expected at the time. Did safety car would change everything? Yeah, safety car would change everything again, like it did earlier on. It didn't affect the very top of the grid, but it did affect the middle and the back of the grid as well. Again, Lawson got that penalty because he collided with Hulkenberg during the restart. Looking at right now is the chart finally fixed. Yeah, and that's something that again the chart is our chart wasn't the issue. It was the data that it was that feeding the chart had an issue. Again, once again, that was upstream from F1 themselves. Looking right now, we have Norris within DRS range of Leclerc right now. And then we've got Doohan, Tsunoda, Bierman, Antonelli in a DS train. And then Sainz leading the DS train of everyone behind him. Hulkenberg passing Sainz right now for 15th. Yeah, what you guys are saying in chat at the moment. Pointing out Hamilton's lap time. Yeah, so lap 42 at turn 4. So Hamilton went off at turn 4. Lap time was deleted. I think that was the first one for Hamilton. So 1 is not a big deal. 2 is a warning, and 3 is when things get hairy. Yeah, I expect that everyone's going to have to pit again for another set of tires. This end up being a 3 stop strategy for everyone. It looks like. Again, we look at Oscar. He did 17 on a used soft tire, so effectively 15 laps on that soft tire. He did 18 on a medium. He's done 12, so he can go another 6. It's either that or they just push it, and see if they can go the distance on that medium tire. Russell has gone 16 on a soft tire, 19 on a medium, 15 on a soft. Leclerc has done 17 on a medium, 15 on a medium, and then 12 on a hard. Hamilton also done 17, 15, 12 on a hard. Norris right now 13 on a soft, and then double mediums. So the McLarens have gone with a double medium strategy, whereas Ferrari has gone with double medium double mediums hard. Gasly has gone with a soft, medium, hard strategy. So I do not suspect issues with Hamilton, Leclerc, or Gasly at all. Again, Max did 13 on a soft tire and then 16 on a hard, and that's tough because he's done 18 on a medium tire. You guys going on about? Russell Tony is back. You guys should probably. Sainz does not have a penalty. Lawson has a penalty. I think some of you guys need to refresh. You guys are probably behind. And Sonoda just jumped ahead of Doohan to be P9. He's 1.5 behind Ocon, so he's got time to catch him. And he's already a second past Doohan. So Doohan is leading a train of DRS that include Bierman, Antonelli, and Albon. Stroll, they've separated at the bottom. Stroll is ahead of Portobello by 0.8 seconds. Norris half a second on Leclerc. So these are points of battles which could happen in any moment. Arch, refresh your stream. Russell's not glitching. Yeah, I think you guys are somehow your streams are behind. Yeah, Russell's somehow fine at this point. I don't know what you guys are. You guys, that was a few minutes ago. So please refresh your streams if you're seeing Russell jumping all over the board at the moment. I see where, and Sainz now pitting. Is he coming in? Oh, Sainz is retiring. There is a huge gap in his side pod. How did that happen? Yeah, I see Russell's disappeared on the he is P2. The telemetry, I know he's not that. So while the track view is wrong right now, the telemetry for Russell is correct. So we are having weird data glitches right now. Yeah, so Sainz has retired. There's a huge gap in his side pod. And that there was no way that he was going to be able to finish the race with that level of a gap. The aerodynamic, that's a whole side pod would have come off eventually at some point with the amount of I mean it's a meter wide by 2 meters length punched out. So it's a good size punched out. Yeah, so you got some of your trolling in chat being tossed out. Yeah, so again, we are getting a scenario where the track information is wrong at the moment in terms of Norris. He is still P2 on track. So we've got Norris stalking Leclerc at the moment. Yeah, again, look at the gap. So basically, Russell is 5 seconds behind Oscar at the moment, and that makes sense because Leclerc is 6.6 seconds behind. And so it's a big gap. So Oscar is basically pulling what we saw the past 2 years with Max, pulling ahead. Yeah, the transponder is broken. That's obvious at this point. Gosh, the F1 subreddit is reporting that as well. Thank you. ATZJ, thank you for reporting that in chat as well. Thank you. Oscar might have to pit. It's dicey that if he has to pit. He has there's nine laps left to go. He's done 16 laps. He could go 25 on that medium tire. And we've seen teams just go for it on the tires at the end of the race. It's Russell that's the interesting one because he's got 9 laps to go and he's on 19 laps on the soft tire. That would put him at 28 laps on that soft tire. He's also with Sonoda, 19 laps on a soft tire. Again, we've got 16 laps on a soft tire with Bierman and 19 laps on a soft tire with Antonelli. So those are the ones that are the look at and see if they drop off significantly. Yeah, Charles right now is having a very good defense on Lando. Been several laps where Lando has been about a half second behind Leclerc. We are on lap 50 of 57. That means there are 8 laps left in this race. Again, this is the Race Institute channels. We are live on YouTube and on Twitch. I want to thank the 8.6 thousand who are watching right now on YouTube. We got 147 likes. We're on our way to 1,500 likes at the moment. Max Car's washed. No, it's not really. It's not. It's not a great performance. Max is where he started in 7th. Tsunoda's up 1 place into 9th. Though the one performance, the huge performance, is that we have Bierman up 10 places from P20 to P10. So the fact that he's getting a point is a big deal. His teammate Ocon is in 8th. Gasly is down only 2 places. So great performance on Gasly this weekend so far. It looks slow Norris down for Hamilton to catch up. I don't know. I wouldn't play that strategy. Hamilton's 5 seconds off of Norris right now. It's a huge gap from Hamilton to Norris. Right, Dick, I'm not sure why you're trying to throw shade on Paula for cheering for Max. She's always cheered for Max from day one. I'm in refresh map. We'll see what can be done. Again, we're on lap 51 of 57. We've got 7 laps to go in this race. Why is Sainz still in the pits? Sainz is retired. Sainz's side pod has been punched massively open. There's no way he can finish the race. So this is a did not DNF for Sainz right now. Burnby has continue to prove the haters wrong. Loving it. Yeah, I'm loving it too. I mean, it is 8th and 10th, but still, I mean, Bierman getting 20 spots, Ocon up 6 spots. That's a big weekend for Haas, even just for these few points. Tsunoda getting points is a is a good place. Starting off again, Max is not in a great place, but didn't qualify well. Huh. Incident involving car 63 noted DRS infringement. Okay, that's a new one. I've seen a new penalty this weekend already. This would be a second one. Let me see. Clerk right now is P3, Norris P4, Hamilton P5. Uh, we're looking at right now. Norris has gone ahead of Leclerc. We'll give the board a moment. And Norris goes on the inside, and it's a very clean. Well, that ends up being the outside, and that turns into the inside one more, and he gets a clean pass on Leclerc. So right now, Norris is P3 on the podium with Russell and Oscar. Looking at what you guys are saying in chat. Again, right now we are at lap 53. We are 5 laps to go in this race. Oscar is P1, Russell is P2, and the board is updated. Norris is P3, Leclerc is P4, and Hamilton P5. We are getting data issues with the board and with our map right now, so things are not all correct as it would be. Give it a moment; it will reset in most cases. The one obvious issue right now is that Russell is not being shown on the track at the moment, the track position. Sainz has retired. That is, again, one thing on the board. That is correct. He has retired. His side pod was punched open, and there was no way that he would be able to finish the race. Basically, the rest of his side pod would have come off at some point, given how the wind would have come into the side pod. Right now, we got Max and DRS of Gasly. We've got a DRS train, Ocon, Tsunoda, Bierman, Antonelli, Albon, and then we've got Bordello close to Stroll. So those are the points of action right now on track. Oscar right now pulling ahead even more. He's got a 10-second lead. Again, before the safety car, he was about 6 seconds ahead of Russell at that point. Tsunoda I think his first track limits turn 13, lap 50. Norris had a penalty. Norris has, again, people are talking about a penalty that Norris got. That was because he did jump the line and was out of position at the start. He has served that penalty. So that is no longer relevant to where things are right now. Right now, Norris is a second behind Russell at the moment. And there's a 10-second gap on Russell to Oscar. So this is Oscar's race to lose at this point. No, Lawson only got a 5-second penalty, not a 10-second penalty. And I don't think he has served it. So he will drop to 15th, it looks like. if he doesn't, yeah, because he didn't start it. Penalty Norris's penalty has been served, so that's not relevant to where things are. The only one who does have a penalty is Lawson, who has not served it as of yet. Norris is 7/10 behind Russell right now, and Oscar's still pulling further away. Russell does not have a penalty. And so Sonoda just got another black and white flag for track limit, so the second one. If Oscar finishes P1, will he top the world drive? I don't think so. I think um, there's a big gap between Oscar and Norris because of Australia. So I think Lando will still keep, as things stand right now, I believe Lando will still keep the top spot in the Drivers' Championship. Yeah, at this point, there's no point of pitting. They're all going to push those tires. So Russell's going to push his soft tires to 28 laps, which is crazy. Uh, Norris is going to be on newer medium tires by 3 laps. So he has, again, it's more of a do you push or do you not push? Do you protect those tires? And I think it's really more with the top, I think, five at least, I mean, maybe into sixth and seventh, is you need to protect those tires most likely. Max is within range of Gasly, but is he going to push and get past him? We may see that in the next lap, where there's nothing else. You might as well just go out with the tires. Max is within DRS range of Gasly. Norris is within range of Russell. Then we have a train: Sonoda, Behrman, Antonelli, Albon. Borrello is within range of Stroll, but at this point, I'm gonna not worry about them because we're talking about 18, 19 down there at this point. Behrman has lost DRS range to Sonoda. Sonoda within striking range of Ocon. Antonelli still a half a second on Behrman that's a P10, P11 battle, and then another half second for Albon down to Antonelli. So Sonoda did get DRS on Ocon apparently. Hulkenberg DRS on Doohan. Those are our battles at the moment. And Norris does have DRS on Russell. And that is a 0.7 gap. We have we're on lap 56. Oster's coming around turn 14, 15. He's going to start the final lap in a few seconds. And then we've got Russell, Norris, Leclerc. So Oscar is starting the final lap right now. We've got a view of Lando on Russell right now. Again, 0.7 behind. Does have DRS on him. So the question is now 0.6 is the gap. We are in the final lap for Russell and Norris right now. Hamilton crossing the line for the final lap. Gasly and then Verstappen crossing the line for the final lap. Max 0.6 behind Gasly. Comes to turn 1. It's jumping between 0.2 and 0.6. Norris still 0.6 behind Russell. We are coming. The back markers now coming along. Alonso, Stroll, Borrello coming along the line right now to start the final lap. Oscar's in sector 2, turn 11 at the moment. Again, 14 seconds ahead of Russell. Norris not advancing on Russell. He's still 0.6 behind. He is close. He's close. He's stalking him, but he's not getting any meaningfully closer to him. We've got them on the lack back straight, and then they're coming around turn 14, 15. Here comes Oscar. And he has taken the checkered flag. He has won the Bahrain Grand Prix. Then we've got Russell 14 seconds behind. And Lando is not advancing at all. He's six tenths behind. And they're going to finish Russell Norris for the podium. Leclerc is behind for fourth. Hamilton will come in for fifth. Gasly, and then Max is going to get ahead of Gasly at the very last minute. And so he's going to finish sixth, Gasly seventh. Ocon is going to finish eighth, Tsunoda ninth, picking up 2 points, and Bierman picking up a point for Haas. Bierman probably our driver today, making 10 positions to get a point, and that is how it's going to be. Antonelli missing out on points. Albon doing, Hulkenberg in that order, Isaac Ajah, Alonso, Lawson, Stroll doing, and then Sainz being our one did not finish. We had over 8,000 of you watching at the very end here right now. We did get over 1,573 likes. Over in Twitch, we got good number over in Twitch today. That's a biggest number I've seen on Twitch so far. So we are growing on that platform as well. I want to thank everyone who's been here on what platform, regardless where you watched, who you promoted for. Those of you who, if you follow on Twitch, you'll get notifications when we go live. If you subscribe on YouTube, and then hit the bell, you'll get notifications when we go live on YouTube. Again, we'll be back. We're in the middle. This was the middle race of the triple header that we're in right now. Our next weekend is Saudi Arabia. So next Friday we'll be back for free practice 1, free practice 2. I will be here. We'll see if we have anyone else join me this next weekend. But right now, I will leave you in good hands. We'll take off for the day, and we'll see you next Friday for free practice 1. Take care, everyone. Congrats to McLaren for getting the most points, P1, P3. Take care, everyone.